exploring unknown tech, decoding future unicorns. Welcome to Product X. I'm Rena, your host. Today we're diving into a story that's turning heads in Silicon Valley. Agave, a construction finance AI platform, just closed a $15 million Series A led by Accel, with YCombinator following on. Here's the wild part. While most AI startups are burning cash like there's no tomorrow, Agave has been consistently profitable for over 2 years, with 3x year-over-year revenue growth. They're serving over 500 contractors and managing more than $100 billion in project volume. So, what's driving this? It's deeply tied to a massive crisis brewing in the construction industry. Vivian, want to kick us off?
Hey Rena, thanks for having me. I'm Vivian, a senior angel investor at Pre-Angel Fund. Super excited to dig into this one because what Agave is doing addresses something that's been staring the construction industry right in the face for years.
Nolan, your turn.
Hey everyone, I'm Nolan. I spent years as a CTO at a couple of big tech companies in Silicon Valley, building large-scale systems. Looking forward to breaking down what makes Agave's tech stack actually work under the hood.
Perfect. So let's get into it. Vivian, the construction industry has always been labeled as the hardest nut to crack when it comes to digitization. Why is Accel, a top-tier VC, willing to bet big, not just once, but twice, in seed and Series A, on a construction finance AI startup? What's the crisis hiding behind that $15 million?
Accel leading this round is essentially shorting what's coming. A full-blown demographic disaster in construction. The numbers are honestly terrifying. 41% of the North American construction workforce will retire in the next 5 years, while workers under 25 make up only about 10%. Those veteran finance people who can sort through complex project accounts with their eyes closed are leaving fast, and the younger crowd just won't touch those archaic financial systems from the 1990s. That's the gap Agave is filling.
Right, and it's not just about the people leaving. The systems those veterans use are equally ancient. Most contractors run on on-premise ERP systems sitting in server rooms with no APIs, no cloud connections. The challenge isn't just replacing the workforce. It's getting AI to work with systems that were never designed to talk to anything modern.
You both touched on something important. Vivian, you mentioned that Agave's CEO said, the adoption of AI in construction cannot be achieved by replacing existing systems. This augment, don't replace strategy. How does that play out in vertical SaaS? And why is it so critical for Agave's unit economics?
The rip and replace approach is basically a dead end in construction. These companies have decades of financial data locked inside legacy systems, and migration costs would be insane. Agave's clever move is positioning itself as what I call a system of intelligence. It sits on top of existing tools, like Procore and traditional ERPs, without touching the underlying data. For a contractor making tens of millions a year, spending a few thousand monthly on Agave saves the cost of hiring 3 finance clerks. That's an incredibly high ROI, and that's why their churn is so low and profitability so strong.
Yeah, and I'd add that the technical execution there is brutal. Most SaaS financial tools work at the company level, but construction uses the project as the profit center. Costs need to track down to specific cost codes and phases, with change orders constantly getting mixed in. Generic LLMs would choke on that fragmented data structure.
That actually leads perfectly into the tech side, Nolan. How did Agave manage to stuff AI into these ancient on-premise systems that don't even have internet-facing APIs? Walk us through that architecture.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Agave spent 4 years building proprietary two-way connections for over 14 core ERP systems, many of which are still running on physical servers in local data centers. This isn't web scraping. Through their middleware, they achieved hot data updates in both directions. When someone inputs a change in project software like Autodesk, Agave instantly transforms that and writes it back into the legacy bookkeeping system. No more manual rekeying. They also built multimodal compliance agents that handle insurance document review. Construction sites need dozens of pages of insurance reviewed before a sub can even step on site. Agave uses OCR and LLM extraction to automatically cross-reference those documents against compliance requirements. If everything matches, the system clears the vendor and approves payment. AI taking over that workflow is a game changer.
Let me jump in here. That deep two-way API moat is exactly why Agave's valuation makes sense. While other AI companies are still fighting over who can write better marketing copy, Agave is embedded in the client's cash flow. Once a CFO uses this to sort out a messy pile of accounts in minutes, they're never going back. That's the highest level of stickiness you can get in B2B software.
Totally agree. But that $15 million needs to fund the next challenge, agent customization. Every contractor is different. Someone fixing roofs has totally different cost structures than someone building bridges. Agave needs to build a low-code or even no-code orchestration console, so a foreman with zero programming knowledge can assemble a payment collection AI or a cost anomaly alarm using plain language. That's the ultimate test for expanding market share.
This is incredibly insightful. So let's zoom out. Based on everything we've discussed, the demographic crisis, the augmentation strategy, the hardcore technical moat, what's the bigger takeaway for industrial AI? Vivian?
The biggest lesson is that the most valuable AI revolutions don't overthrow everything old. They inject new intelligence into existing systems without disrupting the data that's already there. Agave showed that by empowering rather than disrupting.
Yeah, exactly. And from a tech perspective, the real moat isn't just the AI. It's the middleware layer connecting all those legacy systems. That pipeline is incredibly hard to replicate.
All right, time for our lightning round. Quick fire questions, short answers. First one. If you could instantly master any construction trade, what would it be? Vivian?
Honestly, I'd go with electrical work. It's complicated, pays well, and I wouldn't have to be on a roof.
Nolan?
Concrete. Everyone complains about it, but it's the foundation of everything. That seems like power to me.
Second question. Biggest surprise in Agave's business model? Nolan?
The profitability. In this market, everyone is burning cash. Finding a vertical AI that's actually making money? That caught me off guard.
Vivian?
The low churn. When your tool saves someone from hiring 3 employees, they don't leave. That's not typical SaaS behavior.
Third. One word to describe the construction industry's attitude toward technology. Vivian?
Stubborn.
Yeah, I'll go with skeptical. They need proof, not promises.
Fourth. If Agave had to pivot to one other industry, which would it work best in? Nolan?
Manufacturing. Similar project-based cost tracking, same legacy system mess, same aging workforce problem.
Vivian?
Healthcare. Not the clinical side, but the administrative and billing side. Same compliance complexity. Same need to not break existing workflows.
Final one hot take. Will AI ever fully replace human project managers in construction? Vivian, you first.
Not in the next decade. The judgment calls required on a job site. That's not something a model can replicate yet.
I'd agree. AI will augment, not replace. The human element stays.
Love the alignment there. Now let's wrap up. Vivian, give us a one-sentence summary of what we covered today.
Agave found the perfect intersection of demographic crisis, smart business model, and deep technical moat, and turned construction's biggest pain into a profitable AI opportunity.
Nolan?
The middleware layer connecting legacy ERPs to modern AI agents is the real innovation, and that's what will keep competitors years behind.
Well said. Thanks to Vivian for the capital markets perspective, and Nolan for the hardcore technical breakdown. The construction industry's Silver Tsunami is creating massive opportunity for AI that augments rather than replaces. That's exactly what Agave is doing, and it looks like the market is noticing. Thanks for tuning into Product X. See you next time.